Assalamualaikum. Our two will be presenting phonetics and phonology. First, we are going to introduce ourselves. My name is Nur Syarah Amani.
My name is Nur Ayuni Damia.
My name is Intan Nur Atiqah.
So we're going to present the introduction first. Phonology is a subfield of the UNC that focuses on the study of the sound patterns and structure of human language. It is concerned with the abstract mental representations of speech sounds in the human mind and how they are organized and used in language. The purpose of this study is to delve into the fundamental aspects of speech, from the formation of individual sounds to the ways in which they are received and processed by the human brain. We are going to presenting methodology. Based on data findings where YouTube videos were included, there are 3 videos that talk about the world and local news. The first video is BBC about news in the Libya regarding the floods. There are fears that as many as 20,000 people may have died in the flooding. The second video is from a Nightline news within TV3 outlet in Malaysia. The video talks about 2 killed, dozens injured in Hong Kong's heaviest rainfall. The third and last video is also from Nightline News within TV3 outlet in Malaysia that talks about explosion Sabah 1976 66 plane crash where about happened recently in Malaysia. The video clarifies that no evidence of sabotage during the plane crash. The data that was obtained from those 3 videos was verbal and can be turned into transcription. The challenge explains when deciding which are the long vowels and which are the short vowels is that the video from which the data comes must be played on repeat in order to see visually how the speaker pronounces the word. And identifying between short and long vowels is mostly dependent on the structure of the map.
For next is IPA transcription. This is IPA transcription that we did for the 3 clips. Another requirement for finding video was that they be at least 6 minutes long. The first one is BBC News about news in the Libya regarding the floods. There are fears that as many as 2,000 people may have died in the flooding. And the second one is video from a Nightline News Bulletin TV3 outline in Malaysia. The video talks about 2 killed, dozens injured in Hong Kong's heaviest rainfall. The third and last video is also from Nightline News Bulletin TV3 outlet in Malaysia that talks about explosion Sabah 1976 plane crash were about happened recently in Malaysia. The video clarifies that no evidence of sabotage during the plane crash. For data analysis, the first one we have minimal pairs. For minimal pair is a concept often used in phonetics and linguistics to identify and distinguish between phonemes in a language. We have 2. The first one is we have 2 examples. The first one is BBC News is N. And the second one is from local news N. And the second one is explanation of phonetics. The proof of error that accompanies the articulation of certain consonant sounds. Explanation is usually associated with voiceless consonants. The example is from BBC News upper, and from the local news pilot. And the next one is short and long vowels. A short vowel is a vowel sound that is pronounced briefly and does not have a stand duration like a long vowel. A long vowel is a vowel sound that is pronounced longer than a short vowel sound. We have two for the long vowels. News this, and the short vowels from local news this. That's the first. The next one is production of speech sounds. We have 3 for speech sounds. The first one, the S-string process. In phonetics, the allo mechanism is the method by which airflow is created in the vocal tract. Along with phonation and articulation, it is one of the 3 main components of speech production. We have example from BBC News and local news. For BBC News is people, and for local news is two. The next one is the phonation process. The phonation process starts from the addition of the vocal folds, which is approaching the vocal folds to reduce or close the glottis. Contraction of the lungs entices airflow and creates a pressure build up under the glottis. This is example for the phonetic process. Phonation process. BBC News is 1000 and local news is victory. And the next one is the chronasal process. The chronasal process provides the option to let air out of the 2 cavities, which is the oral cavity and the nasal cavity, and it can produce 3 different types of sounds. We also have 2 examples for BBC News and local news, which is for BBC News is morning and for local news is minister.
For diphthong and triphthong, diphthong are produced when the tongue slides from one vowel to the second vowel. Diphthongs are pronounced when the tongue continues to slide from the first to second and second to the third vowels. For example of diphthong, in the word of BBC News, it's noun. And for local news, it's pair. And for triphthong, for the BBC News, it's entire. For local news, it's players. And next is allophone. Allophones are small, invisible variations in the vowel sounds of a language. For the example of word in BBC News, is a fact. While for local news, it's flat. And the next is accent. Definition of accent can be specific to different regions or groups of people. Accent is not the same as language due to the fact that accent is naturally associated with pronunciation. In BBC News, it's the. For the local news, it's the. And next is phonotactic. Phonotactics refers to the constraints on the possible arrangement of phonetic segments in morphemes, syllables, and words in a language. In BBC News, take CCVCC, storm. For local news, CCVCC, crash. And the next is assimilation. In phonetics, assimilation refers to the process by which sounds are affected or changed by the surrounding sounds in a word or phrase. For example, in BBC News, we take the word of wash out. For local news, we take the word to the floor. The next is monophthong. The word monophthong shows that the vowel is spoken with exactly one tone and mouth is in one mouth position. Monophthong can be a lexeme of a language, and as such, it can as well be as a syllable. For example, we take from the BBC News, it looks. For the local news, it proof. Now, for conclusion, to write all of this, in conclusion, the study that we are conducting is between British English and local English. These two types of English have different accents and different pronunciation of certain words. The English used in Malaysia today is based on English British and is now called as set with relation to education. The spelling is followed by British spelling, but American slang is so strong, especially among Malaysian youth. So that's all from us. Thank you.